Tulsa played in its first season in the American last year and turned heads right off the bat. It was also head coach Frank Haith's first season with the Hurricane, but what Haith started with might be most coaches' dream. He had a roster not only filled with veteran experience, but he also inherited two guys that make up one of the most dominant backcourts in the country. Woodard and Shaq Harrison are the first pair of active TU teammates with 1,000 career points since the 2009-2010 season. Woodard and Harrison clearly have chemistry on the court. How they got there? Well, it might have something to do with being roommates all 4 years of college.
Oh man, it's been great, man. Me and Shaq since freshman year just been together, been around each other, and then moved into apartments and we're roommates, and us just being together, that just turned us into brothers and pretty much family, man. And it's just been great.
He feels like he's my brother, honestly. I know everything about him, he knows everything about me. I remember stepping on campus with him the first day, and it seemed like an eternity ago. And now we're seniors going into our last year of college basketball, and we still living together. We had some times me and him bumped heads, just like brothers, getting little arguments, but other than that, overall, it's been real good.
Of course, living together comes with its challenges, so we had to ask what it's like to live in the Harrison-Woodard household.
James is a weird dude. Like, I'll be asleep, he'll just stare at me, and I'll wake up and he's staring at me.
It's like, I'll be sneaking up on him and I'll be scaring him, and he get mad when I do that. And so I'll be playing a lot in the apartment, and he sometimes hate it sometimes, but we just silly, man.
I don't feel like doing the dishes, or it's James' time to do the dishes or something. We would just let it stack up. We look at each other like, I'm not doing the dishes. He's like, I'm not doing the dishes either. Like, oh well.
When I'm calling his name, he on the phone, like he just sitting there on his phone with his listening to music. I can't never get his attention, so that's a pet peeve of mine. You just can't. He's focused, man, when he's listening to music.
Probably leaving the ranch out on the counter. That drives me crazy right there.
It's a great thing for us on the court, If we can be close off the court, man, on the court, it's just a whole different level. It just helps our team out. We got great chemistry, and everybody just knows each other's roles, and we just know what each other's gonna do, and it just helps us a lot.
While James and Shaq have built a great relationship on and off the court, a key piece of the puzzle has been Coach Haith. In Haith's first season at TU, he led the Hurricane to a 23-11 record and an appearance in the second round of the NIT. Tulsa also finished second in the American and advanced to the semifinals of the conference tournament after a 10-0 start in league play, the best start since 1968.
Coach Haith, when he trusts you, he lets you do a lot of things. He expands your game. He teaches you a lot of things. His offense is spacious, so for me, a guy like me, like to attack the rim. That helps me out a lot.
Well, Shaq is like as James, they're both leaders. They've been through it. I think when you look at the scope of college basketball, if you got good guards, you always got a chance. And I think we got great guards. I think we got as good a guard tandem as there is in the country, not just AAC. So I'm very grateful and to have a backcourt like we have. And Shaq is, he's a tough competitor. He can do it on both ends. I think he improved his offense last year, but he's also our best defender, on-ball defender, making things happen on the defensive end of the court.
While Harrison brings the best defensive game on the court, the balance comes from Woodard's offensive abilities. Harrison ranks 23rd in the nation, averaging over 2 steals a game, while Woodard ranks 5th all-time at TU in scoring. They each know their roles, and combined, it's a dangerous duo.
James is an outstanding player, but he's a wonderful young man. I think his personality, he's kind of quiet, laid back, but he's a sniper on the court, So I love that about him. He's a pretty composed young man. You wouldn't know he's having a great night or he's struggling based on his body language, which I love that about him as a player.
I'm just there to just be a playmaker, just make plays, make shots. I just gotta give credit to my teammates like Shaquille. He be setting me up most of the time with just knock down shots, and those are the coaches was giving me that role. It's just make shots, make plays.
James and Shaq are just 2 of 9 seniors on the Tulsa roster, the most seniors on one roster in the country. The Hurricane returned 97% of its scoring and 98% of its minutes to the team this season, one of only 5 schools in the country to return at least 90% of its scoring and minutes this year.
I think his advantage is chemistry, leadership, it's just experience overall. I mean, college basketball nowadays are starting to get younger and younger, so it's not that many teams in America with 9 seniors on the team. So I think we can use that to our advantage.
Yeah, well, I'm proud, but I'm never satisfied. You know, even though we have good wins and stuff like that, you just think you can do better, and you just trying to find ways to do better, and that's what everybody. I feel like we just want to be better, you know, be great.
They deserve to have a special year. They've worked their tails off. You don't see many teams like Tulsa in college basketball, you know, with the transfer or guys leaving early for the NBA. So you don't see these kind of veteran teams, and I'm hoping they get rewarded for sticking together and hanging in there throughout their 4 years.
In order to make the run the Hurricane hope to, they have to take care of business this week. 2 tough games on the schedule, at Temple and at home to Houston. With the standings so close, each and every game is extremely vital in terms of seeding in the upcoming American Championship in Orlando, and also a shot at an at-large bid to the Big Dance.